We are right in the middle of the Amazon, on the most powerful river on Earth. A journey of 1,300 kilometers over water, between cargo, chaos, and everything that travels with the river. But it's also a journey full of surprises, because deep in the Amazon, we find places we never expected. But getting here was anything but easy. Our journey across the Amazon was more than we could handle. The rains came early and turned roads into mud. We were stuck in the middle of nowhere. And that was just the beginning. From here, our plan is to cross the Amazon by boat, then travel through the Guianas and Venezuela to reach Colombia. But things don't go as planned. Our truck cannot handle the heat, and with the rainy season closing in, we are being pushed further until we are forced to stop. But then, the situation in Venezuela escalates. We don't know what to do. Do we turn back into the rainy season or take our chances and drive into a country without a president? But before we have to make that choice, we go back a bit. After driving 800 kilometers through the mud, we reach Manaus, the heart of the Amazon. And from here, our journey will no longer be only by road, but also by water. 4 years ago, we made a choice, not for more things, but for more time. Not for a bigger house, but for a bigger world. Since then, this truck has taken us across continents, and we are not done yet. We are family everywhere. We are expected at the port at 6 in the morning, but it takes hours before we can actually get on the ferry. So much is happening, and at the same time, nothing. Come on, no, wait, yeah, now go. It's a complete chaos, and it feels like we have stepped into a completely different world. No lines, no clear directions, nothing like the ferries we know from Europe. Cars, trucks, people, everything goes up together. And as a driver, there is really only one thing you need here: nerves of steel.
Oh, kijk, niet voor die vrachtwagen lopen, hè. Die vrachtwagen moet er nog op. Ik denk dat die naast ons komt.
And once on board, things don't get any more organized. No cabins, no rooms. Everyone brings their own hammock and finds a spot. We are lucky. We can sleep in our own truck with a view over the Amazon. And I don't think we need to convince you that this is anything but a boring boat trip.
Op de Amazone!
We were supposed to leave at 11, and in the end it's 1:30. But honestly, that doesn't surprise us anymore. Just after Manaus, the Rio Negro and the Rio Solimos meet. Two rivers, each with their own color, temperature, and current. And what makes it so special? They don't mix right away. For kilometers they flow side by side before slowly becoming one. A truly unique and almost surreal sight.
Bruine water, hè, jongens?
We have a long journey ahead of us, more than 700 kilometers towards Santarém, about 36 hours on the water, and just over 20 kilometers per hour we glide across the Amazon, a river nearly 7,000 kilometers long, making it one of the longest in the world. It's a strange thought that the water beneath us has traveled thousands of kilometers from the snowy peaks of the Andes, fed by rain, meltwater, and countless smaller rivers. And here we are, right in the middle of it. Everything here revolves around the water. There are far more people living along the river than we ever expected. Small villages, houses right at the water's edge. We stop regularly. People get off, others come on board. It is incredibly busy and we just keep looking around. It's pretty incredible to see this up close.
Oh, kijk eens, er moeten nog motors bij.
Moeilijk om met scooter te doen.
En zijn er hoge golven hier op de Amazone?
Ja.
Ja, vind je?
Ja.
Nou, we hebben wel eens hogere golven gehad hoor.
Ja, dat wel. Zeker op Aqua Verder.
730 kilometer verder gaan we eindelijk weer aan land. De kinderen slapen achter in hun kooitjes, maar het is maar een klein stukje dadelijk rijden. Dus we zijn er.
Ja.
Al stonden we nu wel aan. De politie gaat nu naar binnen. Obrigado! Ja, prima toch?
Just outside the city, we head to a place we've been looking forward to. Here we are meeting our German friends again. We traveled together a lot last year, so it's really nice to see each other again. Santarém is a city of around 300,000 people, where the Rio Tapajos flows into the Amazon. This region is often called the Caribbean of the Amazon, and it's easy to see why. The white sandy beaches here are stunning. From here, another ferry will take us to Macapá, another 2 days on the Amazon, this time on a cargo ferry. A bizarre experience. But that ferry will have to wait for now. First, we enjoy the water, the white beaches, and good company. It is pretty touristy here, but as always, if you walk just a little further, you will have a beach all to yourself. It's strange to think we are standing here along a sidearm of the widest river in the world, and the opposite shore is so far away it almost feels like standing by the ocean.
Hey Nienke. Nienke, de krab komt je pakken. Lekker man.
But not everything is perfect. Beautiful white beaches, but also filled with trash. And during the rainy season, all of that will flow into the river and eventually into the ocean. A beautiful landscape, but also a reminder of our fragile ecosystem.
Het is een boek en het gaat over de natuur. En wat hebben we daarin gezien? Over de?
Grote water.
Over de Amazonica waterlelie. En wanneer gaan we die zien?
Woensdag?
Woensdag. En hoe groot zijn die waterlelies? Nou, zo groot als die hele bank daar, toch?
Een heleboel daarachter ook daar. Ja, inderdaad.
We hebben.
Oh, heeft er twee.
Wow, Carlijn! We gaan van je appel eten. Oh, ik kan vier aapjes zitten. Hij gaat op je hoofd zitten, Nienke.
Where the rainy season came earlier than expected near Manaus, that's not the case here yet. The further east we go, the later the rainy season begins. During the rainy season, this entire area is flooded and tourists move through it by boat. Animals adapt as well. Sloths, for example, normally come down about once a week to do their business. During the rainy season, they don't. Too dangerous, with crocodiles and other predators in the water.
Zo'n stekelboom.
Nee.
Die doen echt niet pijn. Hoofdstoof.
Doodhoofdaapje.
Somewhere here, we were told we won't be able to reach the water lilies. The water level is simply too low this time of year. The mood shifts for a moment because those giant lilies were the main reason we booked this tour. But hey, when a day ends like this, you almost forget everything else.
Good morning!
Good morning!
How long has it been? I think we are here for over 1.5 weeks.
Not on this exact place, but in the region.
Yes, we traveled from one to another place. But yeah, we founded our pace again. We traveled a lot in the last 2 months since we came from the Netherlands. We traveled in a very high pace to get in front of the rain season again. And now we succeed, so now it's time to find our living on the road kind of mode again.
Yeah,
so this week we spend a lot of time with the kids on subjects like, well, the Amazon and climate change and the function of the Amazon, and the kids animals. Yes, the kids are very into that, and they really want to go deep dive. A deep dive into these subjects, and it's amazing to discover that with them together here while we are in the Amazon. But now it's also time to
take the ferry.
So next Friday we will take the ferry to Macapá, and that will be a 36-hour boat ride, I think. And then we are also coming close to the border of France Guyana. So
I'm curious.
Very curious about that.
But before we continue our journey to Macapá, this place has one more surprise for us. Out of nowhere, the water turns bright green. A thick layer of algae covers the surface. And while locals jump straight in without hesitation, we are a bit more cautious. But it's still pretty fascinating to see.
Het blijft een stromende rivier, hè? Dat is geen stilstaand water. Het is super warm wel. Het is nu 4:30. Zo'n 30 graden denk ik. En het water voelt warmer aan.
Ja, precies.
Ah, maf joh. Hey, smoothie.
Spinazie smoothie.
Hey, dat is geen lekkere smoothie hoor, Carlijn. Ik zou hem niet drinken. Nou, gaan we morgen weer naar het avonturenpark. Oh, kijk eens jongens, ze zit echt super dichtbij.
And as if that wasn't enough, freshwater dolphins. We had seen them in the distance before, but now they come close. So close we can almost touch them. Honestly, we are speechless. What an ending to our time here.
Kijk of we ze kunnen zien. Kijk, daar komt er eentje naar je toe. Kijk daar links. Ja. Ja.
Kijk eens hier. Die ligt hier achter ons gezien.
En de dolfijnen erbij.
Kijk, daar is een hele grote groep.
Die kwam zo naar mij toe.
Ja, die sprong naar jou toe, hè?
Carlijn op mijn schoot.
Ja, nee. Doei dolfijnen, tot morgen.
And then it's time to move on. Another long journey lies ahead, around 600 kilometers over the Amazon. But this time it's a completely different experience. No passenger ferry, but a cargo boat. And it quickly becomes clear this is going to be chaos all over again. And there we are, right between the water and the beer.
Hey! Nou Nienke, dan gaan we weer over de Amazone. Hè?
There we go again, sailing over the Amazon, a river that flows so calmly because over the more than 1,300 kilometers from Manaus, it only drops about 30 meters. That's why the water moves so slowly and has all the space to spread out, sometimes so wide you can barely see the other side.
Tringelingeling, zijn we schooltje aan het spelen?
Ja.
En hoeveel mensen zitten er in de klas? Hoeveel kindjes?
Dense forest interrupted by small communities along the river, much more than we expected. Life along the Amazon keeps fascinating us. What an experience!
Wat een belevenis op die boot, of niet gelijk? Hè?
Ja, zeker weten. Wel een stuk luider en een stuk meer bewegelijker.
Ja.
Maar wel echt super veel actie en dan laden, lossen, dan
Ja,
allemaal boten aan de
bizar.
zijkant.
We zijn het bier aan het plaatsen.
No pallets, no forklifts. Everything is done by hand. All day long we stop everywhere. Or boats pull up next to us. Large loads, small loads, everything goes on and off. Everything here moves through the river. And how it all works exactly, payments, trading, we can only guess. But one thing is clear, life along the Amazon is a world of its own. "1,300 kilometers later, the end of an incredible journey across the Amazon. We head north, one step closer to what's ahead, because in the meantime, the situation in Venezuela is changing fast. But first, we cross the border into France. Yes, really, French Guiana is France. Europe, but then in South America. It's hard to believe. And what that actually looks like, that is something you will discover in the next video.